I spent a lot of time with my grandparents, living with them, who were from an older generation. I think they were more superstitious than most. And you became aware that there's stuff you hadn't got to talk about, and you would avoid them. And at times you could nearly blackmail them with it, you know. I think the worst one at home was of course the pig, you know. It had to be a grunter or a gruff or a curly tail, you know. And even they had you sort of instilled at school. We're doing the alphabet, you know, and it was A for apple and B, and it got to P for pig, you know, and I thought, oh, I daren't say this, you know. And I remember going home, and so we've been doing alphabet today, Grant. Oh yeah, yeah. And when they got to P, says it was one of them grunters. But I didn't say it. Yeah, yeah. So there was times if you wanted something, you know, you say, well, if I'm not going to have a goodie, I'm going to say it, you know. Give him a goodie. Yeah. No whistling. We couldn't whistle. We used to go out and whistle, and you couldn't cross on stairs for some reason. I don't know what the reason for that is. And they were sort of everyday things in the house that you were aware of. My gran couldn't sew on a Sunday in the house. Couldn't use the scissors even. But I think that came from when you shouldn't work on a Sunday, you know, rather than it being, it was more bad form than bad luck. I think that's my slant on it, you know. You know, the Sabbath was sort of more revered, wasn't it, in the past, you know. I mean, Farley hung back on going to sea on a Sunday. I can't remember it, but a lot later than they did at Scarborough. We were heathens compared to them, I suppose. Yeah, because I've heard tell that if Scarborough cobbles went down under brig on a Sunday, they were firing stones at them off cliff top. You know, they weren't keen on it, and I suppose that's about it from the household part of it. But you know, if you were turning over from potting to winter fishing, they wouldn't start it on a Friday, you know. They'd have to wait till Saturday or Sunday, but they wouldn't start on a Friday. Some of them wouldn't even launch. Well, you shouldn't launch a boat on a Friday anyway, but sometimes if they've been laid up for a while painting, they would be aware of the significance of Friday, I think. They had to send the Navy to Scarborough, didn't they, over Superstition, for the herrings, because the Scotchmen came down and they were very superstitious, God-fearing perhaps rather than superstitious. They wouldn't go to sea on a Sunday. The Cornishmen came, they didn't give a two hoots. They went to sea, and they ended up scrapping at one stage. I understand that the Navy had to have a presence to keep them quiet. And the other one that I've heard of is hatchboards off the hatch. You know, you shouldn't turn them upside down, or lay them across. You know, lay them across the hatch. You know, it's supposed to look like a coffin with a lid laid there.
Do you think the superstitions are a way of sort of the fishermen trying to control the environment when they're working in a very uncontrolled environment? You think, I mean, the sea is an unknown animal, isn't it?
And more so in the past, wasn't it? It was a much more dangerous job than it is now. Poor beggars were getting lost on a daily basis, weren't they? Happily, it's much safer at sea today. I think people were more aware of the mortality in the past and sort of fragile environment that they were living in, weren't they? Yeah. Green at home. My gran wouldn't. You couldn't. What's it? You couldn't wear it. She wouldn't buy you anything green, and if she saw you in green, she would. Well, that colour on for, I'm sure that's no good. But I suppose as well, you subconsciously knew that and didn't upset them. I do believe that a lot of the superstitious parts of life went out because we were better educated. You didn't understand things as well as you do now. Even the everyday science of life, you understand it better now, don't you, than you used to do. It was all a bit of a mystery to them, wasn't it? Perhaps it was a mystery that they were feared of. Yeah.